everyone, welcome to channel Codologic. Today we're going to see about the important topic, that is Python operators. So before we jump to the topic, we should know about what is meant by operators. So operator is nothing but a special symbol which help to perform some computation with the help of an operands. Operands is nothing but a variable which holds value or just a value. With respect to computation, we can classify the operators into different types. These are arithmetic operator, comparison operator, assignment operator, logical operator, bitwise operator, membership operator and identity operator. First, let's see about the arithmetic operators. These operators are basically used to do basic mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, floor division, exponentiation and modulus operation. So these are the symbol for those operators. Let's do some hands-on related to arithmetic operator in the Jupyter notebook. Now let's do some hands-on related to arithmetic operators. Let me take two values, a equal to 3 and b equal to 10. First, let's perform the addition operation a plus b. This is a plus operator. A plus b where both numbers are added. Now let me do subtraction. A minus b minus 7. Now I am going to perform multiplication. A into b, that is 3 into 10 will get 30. Now we will perform normal division method. B by A. So 3.33335, which is giving both the real part as well as decimal part. So if I perform the floor division method, I'll get only the real part, that is 3. The remaining decimal part will not get in this floor division method. Now let me perform the exponentiation operator. So a power b. So 3 power 10. So exponentiation operator is nothing but a power of operator. Suppose I am giving b star star. A means we'll get 10 power 3, that is 10 cube, will get 1000. Now let's see about the modulus operation. So modulus operation used to give an remaining, that is remainder of a division. So b mod a, if I put, means I'll get 1, where 10 mod 3 will get, that is when we divide 10 by 3 will get the remainder as 1. So that's about the modulus operation. The next operator is the comparison operator. This operator is used to compare two values and return output in the form of boolean, and this may be either true or false. We will now list all the comparison operator. The first one we are seeing is equal to operator. This operator is used to compare two values and return true when a is equal to b and false when a is not equal to b, where a and b are operands. The next operator is the not equal to operator. This used to compare values and return true when a not equal to b and return false value when a equal to b. Next operator is the less than operator. This will return true when a is less than b and false when a is greater than b. Lesser than or equal to is another operator which helps to produce true when a is less than or equal to b and false when a is greater than b. The another operator is greater than operator which help to produce true when a is greater than b and false when a is lesser than b. The last operator is the greater than or equal to operator which help to produce true when a is greater than or equal to b and false when a is lesser than b. Now let's do some hands-on related to comparison operator. So now we take an example, the same example, b equal to 3 I am taking. Now I am going to compare two values with the help of comparison operator. This is also called as a relational operator. So let me see, let me going to give a equal to. So this operator check whether 10 is equal to 3. If it is true, means it will return true. So here in this case 10 is not equal to 3, so it will return false. So I am again checking with the not equal to operator. Now it will return true when both the operands are not equal. So let me check with greater than operator. A is greater than b, whether a is greater than b. So yeah, it is true. Suppose if I check a is less than b, false, obvious, we know that. So I am going to check now. A is greater than or equal to 10. This will check whether A is greater than 10 or equal to 10. So we will get true because A, that is 10 values equal to 10. So same wise 3 is less than or equal to 3. So in this case it will check whether 3 element is less than 3 or equal to 3. So if it is equal to 3, it will present printing as true. Now I am giving A equal to 9, B equal to 10. So let me again check. A not equal to B. Okay? Yeah, A and B are not equal, so it's printing true. Same as A equal to B, whether it is equal or not, it will check. False. So we saw about all the operators like greater than or equal to operator, less than or equal to operator, not equal to operator, and the equal to operator, which is nothing but a comparison operator and also called as a relational operator. Now let's see about the assignment operator. This operator helps to assign value from right side operand to the left side operand. Consider the example B equal to A, where A, which is a right side operand, assign the value to the left side operand B with the help of the assignment operator equal to. We'll see more about this in Jupyter Notebook. Now let's see about the assignment operator. This operator is used to assign value to the variable. So let me give A equal to 10. So in this case the value 10 is assigned to the variable A with the help of the assignment operator equal to. So that's the case. If I print A will get 10. So there are variety of assignment operators is present. So let me give another example. Plus equal to, which is another assignment operator. In this case A plus equal to 10. So this is the case which is same as A equal to A plus 10. So we can write A equal to A plus 10 in the form of A plus equal to 10. So it will add A plus 10, that is 10 plus 10 will get A equal to 20. So similarly A minus equal to 10, where here A equal to A minus 10. So it will subtract 10 from 20, will get again the 10. So that's the case. So another assignment operator is into equal to. So in this case A into equal to 10 means A equal to A into 10. So that's the case. So if I run this code and I am printing the A, I'll get equal to 100. So 10 into 10 will get 100. Now I am going to do A slash equal to 10. In this case A equal to A by 10. So it will print, will get 10.0, which prints the decimal part also. So that's about this. And suppose A star star equal to 10 means A, which is same as A equal to A star star 10 will get see, this is the A power, 10 power 10. So that's the value will get. So that's about the assignment operator, which used to assign value to a variable. Now let's see about the logical operator. Logical operator is used to combine two or more conditional statements, and which is the first logical operator return true when A and B both of them returns the value true, or else the AND operator will return false. Or is the second operator which will return true when A or B returns true, or both of them returns true, or else it will return false. Not operators used to return true when A is false and false when A is true. Now let's do some hands-on related to logical operation. This operation is used to combine two or more conditional statements. So let me give an example by assigning value A equal to 10 and B equal to 3. So let me first take an AND operation. So the AND operation will return true only if both the inputs are true. So let me give an example: a greater than 3 and b greater than 2. So this is the example I am taking. So in this case 10 is greater than 3. Whether it check a 10 is greater than 3. Yes, it is true. And 3 is greater than 2. Whether it is true or not. Yes, it is also true. So true and true will give true. So it will print true. So that's how AND operation check it. Now let me give another example. A greater than 3 and b less than 2. So it will check a greater than 3. Yes, it is true. And 3 is less than 2. No, it is not. So it will print false. So that's the case. The AND operation will print true only if both the inputs are true. So let me take now OR operation. So in this case, the OR operation will print true when both or any one of the input is true. So we give an example: a greater than 3 and b less than 2. In this case, a greater than 3 case is true and b less than 2 case is false. So true. Sorry, I am taking here AND operation. Now I have to print OR. So in this case, a greater than 3 and b less than 2 is true and false. True or false. So we'll get true, because in OR operation, if any one of the input is true, means we'll get output as true. Suppose I am taking both the case also false. B less than 2. So in this case it will print false. So I am taking another case, or b greater than 2. In this case both the inputs are true, we'll get true. So this is about the OR operation. Now let's see about the NOT operation. So NOT operation is used to check the given condition is not true. That is, if it's true means it will return false, and if it is false means it will return true. So let me give an example: NOT of a greater than 2. This is the case I am taking. It will return false because we know that a is greater than 2. Yes, right? Because 10 is greater than 2. So it will print true. It will return true. And not of true means that is opposite to true, that is false. So that only it is printing false. And not of b less than true. Whether the b is, that is 3 is less than true. It will return true. It is because b less than true, 3 is less than true, not. So no, because it is so that it will return false. And not of false, that is opposite to false, is true. So that's about the NOT operation also.
Next is the bitwise operator. This operator is very much useful when it comes to bitwise operation. It do operation with respect to bits. These are the bitwise operator: binary AND, binary OR, binary NOT, binary XOR, binary right shift and binary left shift operators. And these are simple for these operators. Let's take an example: a equal to 4 and b equal to 5. Now we'll do binary AND operation. The binary representation of a is 100 and b is 101. Now we want to do AND operation with respect to bits. When it comes to AND operation, the output will be 1 when only both the inputs are 1. Except this case, in all other case we will get output as 0. Look at the table, which is the AND operation implementation in bitwise. 0 and 0 gives 0, 1 and 0 gives 0, 0 and 1 gives 0, and 1 and 1 gives 1. If you look at the example that we took, 0 and 1 gives 0, 0 and 0 gives 0, and 1 and 1 gives 1. So which is a representation of a decimal number 4. So the answer is 4 in this case. Now we'll see about the binary OR operation. The same example we are taking here also. This is a bitwise implementation table for OR operation. Here when any one of the input is 1 also, the output will be 1. Now see the example: 0 and 1 gives 1, 0 and 0 where no 1 is present, so the output will be 0, and 1 and 1 gives 1. So which is the decimal representation of value number 5. Hence 5 is produced as output. Binary XOR operation, we are taking the same example. This is the bitwise XOR operation where output will be 1 when both the input are at different value. See here, 1 XOR 0 gives 1 and 0 XOR 1 gives 1. Whereas 0 XOR 0 gives 0 and 1 XOR 1 gives 0. Now see the example that we took. 0 XOR 1 gives 1, 0 XOR 0 gives 0, 1 XOR 1, which is the same input value, gives 0. So it is an output which is a representation of decimal number 1. Now let's see about the binary right shift and left shift operation. We are taking example A equal to 3. The binary representation of 3 is 0, 1, 0. So we took the example as here. First let's see this right shift operator. A right shift 1. So everything in binary representation is shifted to right, which gives the decimal value 1. Now let's see about the left shift operator. A left shift 1. So everything in binary representation is shifted toward the left by 1. So it gives the decimal value 4. We will see more about this in Jupyter Notebook. Let's do some hands-on related to bitwise operation. Bitwise operation used to do the computation with respect to bits. So we have to represent everything in the form of binary form. So A binary form is 110 and B binary form is 011. So this is it. I am going to do AND operation. So AND operation is done with the help of ampersand symbol. So A and B will get 2 because here 0 and 1 gives 0 and 1 gives 0. 1 and 1 only will give 1 because if both the input is true only the AND will return true. So 1 and 0 which is different input, so it will return 0. So we will get 2 0 1 0 which is nothing but 2 value. So that's about the AND operation. We will see another value. C equal to 8 and D equal to 4 will get, and we will do the AND operation, bitwise AND operation. So C and B will get 0 because A binary value if we see means 100 and 4 binary value if you see means 0100. So that's the binary value of 8 and 4. So if we see 0 and 0 will get 0, 0 and 0 will get 0, 0 and 1 will get 0, 1 and 0 will get 0. So all the values 0, so we'll get the value 0 in the output. So that's about the AND operation. Let's now see about the OR operation. So we'll take the same example, C or D. So C equal to 8 and D equal to 4. So we'll do the OR operation. We'll get 12 because here in OR operation if any one of the output is true means we'll get true. See here 1 and 0 is there, so it will give 1, 0 and 1 is there, 1, 0, 0, 0. So 8 and 4, 8 plus 4 will get 12, so the value 12 is present at the output. So that's about the OR operation. Now we will do XOR operation. XOR operation will return true only if two different values present in the input. So C XOR D figure means I will get the output as 12 because see here 1 and 0 are different, so we will get 1, and 0 and 1 are different, we will get 1. So in other cases 0 and 0 will get 0 and 0 and 0 will get 0 because both the inputs are same values. So 1 and 0 and 0 and 1 will give true values. So 8 plus 4 will give 12 value. So if I am doing for A and B, A XOR B, I will get 5, which is the same case for this also. Here 6 and 3. So 0 and 1 will get 1, and 1 and 1 0, and 0 and 1 will get 1. So it will give the value 5. So that's about the XOR operation. Now we'll see about the NOT operation. In this operation, it will add 1's complements to the number. So let's take an example C. We already know C. So C equal to 8 and the binary form of C is 1000. So if we put the tilde symbol, that is it is used for doing bitwise NOT operation, and C will get -9. This number how we get means I will show example, I will show an explanation. See here, minus of 1000 plus 1. It's used to take 1's complement of a number. So it's adding 1, we'll get like this minus 9. So it is changing the sign as well as adding the 1's complements to a number. So 1 0 0 1 will get 1 0 0 1, which is nothing but 8 plus 1 plus it gives this 9. So that's about the NOT operation.
Now let's see about the membership operator. This operator is used to check a particular element or values present in a list or sequence. And the sequence may be a list, tuple or strings. In and not in are the operators present in membership operator. So in will return true when a specified value is present in the sequence, or else it will return false. And not in operator, which is the opposite of in operator, return true when a specified value is not present in the sequence and will return false when it is present in the sequence.
Now let's see about the membership operator. This operator is used to check whether a value is present in a sequence or not. The sequence may be list, tuple or strings. So let me take an example. So list 1 equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I am taking this list. So now I am going to check the value 1 is present in list 1 or not. So I am going to check this. So in this case, the value 1 is present in list or not. So the in operator will check that. If it is there means it will print true, or else it will print false. So 1 is present in the list 1, so it is printing true. So if I am checking with 10, this one, whether the value 10 is present in list 1 or not. So it will return false as the value 10 is not present in the list 1. So let me take another example. Character A is present in string wrong or not. So it will check. Yes, it's present, so it's printing true. So now I am giving character A not in wrong. So this will check, not in operator will check whether the given element is not present in the given sequence. So if it is present means it will return false, and if it is not present it will return true. So it will return false as the character A is present in the string. So suppose I am giving K not in wrong. So it will print true as the K character is not present in the string wrong. So that's about the membership operator.
Identity operator. This operator is used to check the particular values of certain specific data type. It checks the right operand type to the left operand type. This operator helps to check the two value whether it is pointing the same memory location. Is and is not are the two operators present in the identity operator. Is will return true when two variables are pointing the same memory location, or it will return false. And is not operator, which is opposite to the is operator, it will return true when two variables are value not pointing the same memory location.
Now let's see about the identity operator. Let's do some hands-on related to this. So let me give an example. A equal to 10 and B equal to 10. So now I am going to run this, and A is B. So this operator is used to check whether A and B pointing to the same value and the same object or data type. A data type is A data type is also integer, B data type is also integer. So it will return true, because it will return true only if both of them point to the same data type or object. So another way we can give reason for this true statement, because A memory location is this and B memory location also same as A, and ID function is used to print the memory location of a particular value. So both are pointing to the same memory location. So in that case also it will print true. Now let me give another example. A equal to 10, B equal to 20. If I give running this, and A is B. No, because the both values are different, and so that only it's printing false. So let me take another example. A equal to 30. So now I'm going to check the data type, type of A. Type A is int. So it will check whether the value, the variable A which is in int type or not. It is true because A is in the integer type. So now I am trying with type A is not integer. So it will check whether the A is not integer. No, because the value A is in the integer form, integer data type. So that's about the is operator. Now we'll see about the is not operator. We also see about the is operator. Let me give another example. B equal to 20. B type B is not float. So the same thing. So it will return true because the type B is integer which is not a float value, so it's returning true. So that's it about the integer, is not operator. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you guys understood this video. If you like this video, please click the like button, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe my channel.